In this video, we will be discussing one of the basic financial statement named income statement. Income statement is one of the three major financial statements along with the balance sheet and statement of changes in equity. It shows the financial performance of the business for a given period of time. So here in income statement, it will show the performance of the business. It will show the result of the operation of the business, whether the company or the business is generating profit or not. Income statement may also be called statement of comprehensive income or statement of profit and loss. And then again, by having the income statement, or when we try to prepare the income statement, we will be able to get the result of the operation, whether it is net income or net loss. It will tell us if the company is earning or not. In income statement, the two accounting elements that we can see here are revenues and expenses. The other term for revenue is income, and it includes all the revenue or income that is earned or generated by the business in performing services for a customer or client, or when we provide the goods or products to our customers. That is the time that we can earn income. While for the expenses, it is considered as the overall expenditure needed for the operation of the business, and it requires outflow of financial resources such as cash. Again, the two components of income statement or the two accounting elements that we can see in the income statement are revenues and expense. And we have here some examples of the account titles that we may encounter with revenues and expenses. For revenues, the sample account titles here are service income, interest income, laundry income, and professional fees. There are a lot of account titles in revenues or income, and it is not limited to what is written on the PowerPoint. Let's say we have dividends income, rent income, and many more. For the expenses as well, we have different types of expenses. We just have a few examples here. We have the salaries expense, utilities expense, depreciation expense, and transportation expense. As we have mentioned earlier, income statement will show the result of the operation of the business, whether the business is generating profit or not. And it is composed of two accounting elements, revenues and expense. When we try to get the result of the operation, all we have to do is total all the revenues of the business or income and total all the expenses of the business. And if your total revenue is greater than your total expense, then the result of the operation is net income, meaning the company is generating profit. But if the result of the operation is your total revenues is less than your total expenses, meaning your expenses is higher than your revenues or total income, then the result of the operation is net loss. Meaning, the company is not earning. Okay? Let's proceed to the next slide. When we try to present the income statement, there is actually two formats that we follow. We have natural format and functional format. For the natural format, it presents expenses according to nature. And this type of income statement is usually used in a service type of business. Again, the natural format type of income statement is used in a service type of business. And the other term for natural format is single-step income statement. We also call it single-step format. Why? Because there is only a single step in order for us to come up with the result of the operation. There is just a single step in order for us to know if the company is generating income or not. While for the functional format, it represents expenses according to function. And this type of income statement or this type of format is usually used in a merchandising type of business, or maybe in a manufacturing type of business. And it is also called multi-step income statement. It is called multi-step format because there is a series of steps before you will be able to get the result of the operation. Again, that's natural format and functional format. The other term for natural format is single-step format, and the other term for functional format is multi-step format. Natural format is also called single-step format because there is just a single step in order for you to get the result of the operation. And functional format is also called multi-step format because there will be a series of steps in order for you to get the result of the operation. In this video, we will try to present an income statement using the single-step income statement. So again, a single-step income statement consists of just two groupings. We have revenues and expense. When we present the single-step income statement, there is no distinction between operating and non-operating activities. There will just be a single step before we end up with the result of operation. All we have to do is total all the amount of revenue and total all the amount of expense. The difference will be either net income or net loss. If the total revenue is higher than the total expense, then the result of the operation is net income. But if the total expenses is higher than the total revenue, then the result of the operation is net loss. So here is an example of an income statement using a single step format or natural format. What we did here is we total all the amount of income. We have here service income, interest income, and miscellaneous income. For the total amount of 275,350. After that, we total all the amount of expenses, and the total amount of expense is 215,955. 275,350 total amount of revenue. Let us deduct the total amount of expense amounting to 215,955. The answer is 59,395. And since total revenue is higher than our total expense, then we may conclude that the result of operation is net income. Let us try to answer this problem. We have here drill 1. Below is a list of accounts of T. Alunan Law Firm. Prepare a single-step income statement for the year ended December 31, 2017. So we have here information from T. Alunan Law Firm. What we are about to do is to prepare a single-step format income statement or the natural format of income statement. So like we have said earlier, when we try to prepare the income statement using the single step format, we have to total all the amount of income and then total all the amount of expenses. So as you can see here, the income accounts are, first, we have the legal fees amounting to 828,000. What else is considered here as an income account? We have dividends income amounting to 16,000. And lastly, we also have to add on the total amount of income the gain on sale of equipment amounting to 4,000. So if we have to total it, 828,000 legal fees from plus dividends income of 16,000 plus gain on sale of equipment of 4,000. The total amount of revenue is how much? It is 848,000. We have here 848,000. And then let's go back to the information. What are the expense account we have here? We have salaries and wages, rent expense, utilities expense, supplies expense, interest expense, depreciation expense for office equipment and furnitures and fixtures. If we total all the amounts of expenses, the total amount is how much? That is 416,144. The next thing that we will do is to get the difference for the total revenue and total expense. So total revenue of 848,000 less the total amount of expense of 416,144. The answer is 431,856. And as you can see here, the result of operation is considered net income. Why? Because the total revenue is higher than the total expense. Next, okay, as you can see here, when we try to prepare the income statement, we started with the headings. So we have here the headings. When you try to prepare the headings, you start first with the name of the company, followed by the name of the financial statement that you are preparing, and then you have to write the period covered for that specific financial statement. Okay. Anyway, that's it for income statement using the single step format.